What's going on, guys? We're back here with another reaction video. This is Delicious in Dungeon episode 21. In last week's episode, we got to see our party fight off an ice monster. They fought off a pack of wolves. Ichizumi had her arm broken, and Marcel hit it with some of her magic, which she didn't have her staff. She had like a small stick, but because of how powerful she is, she was still able to heal Ichizumi's arm. We saw Marcel, Laios, and Senshi. They were all like kind of serenading Ichizumi, kind of like bringing her into the fold of the party. I do think over time we're going to see some character development with her where she's like growing closer to each member of the party, and she will be one of the deciding factors in them beating the Mad Mage. With that being said, I'm very excited for this episode, and let's dive right into the reaction. So it looks like Kabru and Shuro and their parties are back up to the surface, and they just came into this building where like there's a bunch of elves. And apparently from the manga, a lot of people like this part. So, hopefully it's a good episode. I'm sure it will be. Yeah, that girl kind of looks like Marcel a little bit. Now we know him from past episodes.
You're a true island lord, understanding and wise. Now, if you would please stand here.
Don't do it! You can't give in! Did we actually end up making things worse here?
The truth is, if I had enough strength to conquer a dungeon, it wouldn't be a problem. But I don't. So I started looking around for adventurers who are more skilled that I could assist. However, most of the people I found were self-serving and worthless. By the time I accepted my fate and tried to conquer the dungeon myself,
This may be very like a informative type of episode, like a lot of dialogue.
I found out, stranger they seemed, despite not being that strong, they reached the deeper floors of the dungeon. They would give money to people with poor origins in this.
Yeah, so that was the original party that Laios had from before. You know, before the whole thing with Fallon started, you know, at the beginning of the show.
Will be good or bad. To decide that, I wanted to speak with them directly. And once I did, I finally understood. He only thinks about monsters.
Yeah, so Laios has this like almost like a bad reputation where like everyone thinks he's like really dumb. Which I mean he kinda is, but like kinda not. Like he has a lot of knowledge of monsters and stuff like that. Like that's how they've been able to get as far into the dungeon as they have. But I think like more in terms of like common sense, everyone just thinks he's stupid.
It's too dangerous. The types of monsters, architecture, and environments, all of it's in turmoil.
We're already aware of this. It's a characteristic of dungeons showing growth. We have to stop it as soon as possible.
In human terms, a growth spurt. This is when it requires the most nutrients.
What's all this now?
About 15 years ago, a dungeon destroyed my hometown.
Yeah, there's always one of these like backstories where their hometown got destroyed and now they're like living to avenge that. Very similar to Kaiju number 8 with Kafka and Mina.
Took care of me for several years.
Oh, you were probably spoiled but became an adventurer.
It was my dream to join a squad, but I couldn't as a tall man. I didn't want a repeat of that tragedy, so I wanted a way to help.
How admirable.
Are you getting enough to eat?
You should go and visit the vice captain sometime.
Anyway, you mentioned nutrients. Tell me more. Well, because of your efforts,
I did say this a couple weeks back, but this is probably the best animated show that Studio Trigger has made. Cause like there were some in the past that I just didn't really like the animation style of it, like Kill La Kill, for example. But like this one's like really clean. The character designs are really good. Like it's a lot more solid and defined, and as opposed to like Kill La Kill.
The majority of them are on the first floor. I see evacuate them slowly. All humans have some sort of connection. And I know some people who can definitely help out. So just leave it to me.
We're finally back to our party.
Compare souls to eggs. But if you're referring
Honestly, they're the best part of the show, in my opinion. So I was like really waiting for it to come back to this.
scrambled eggs, a sunny side up egg, and a poached egg would all have different stories.
Listen, Senshi. I didn't make that comparison for you to take what I said and try to make a joke out of it.
Who's making jokes?
I just love how straightforward they are with each other. It's just so funny.
There's nothing else that behaves in as many
Like, all Senshi wants to do is just cook and make good food for everybody. And at times, it's like Marcel is always questioning the food that he makes, even though like it tastes good every time they make it. For the most part, I mean, there's been a couple times where they thought it was gross, but most of the time they like it. So like, it's just funny how she reacts that way every time and then still likes it.
Wait, souls are actually nothing like eggs.
And then you got Chochuk, who's always like questioning what everyone's doing, like Marcel's ancient magic, the stuff that Laios says and does about monsters and everything. That actually looks really good.
So, how are we supposed to eat this? Pick up the bread with your knife and fork, then use the bread to scoop the yolk and sauce as you eat.
Oh my gosh, dude. That looks really good.
Delicious as usual.
Oh, Itsuzumi's acting like she's acting like she doesn't want any.
Around at stuff that isn't really there, or is there something?
I don't think so. I just thought I felt some kind of presence.
Does that mean this isn't a hallucination?
Again, Laios is seeing those ghosts.
Well, when I'd gotten mana sickness, remember when I mentioned I was seeing and hearing things? That never went away.
He's the only one that can see them.
Because Jill would just yell at me and tell me I'm sick in the head.
Yeah, and they haven't revealed why that is yet.
What are you,
So I'm very curious about that.
Day in and day out, something keeps trying to talk to me. At first, I couldn't tell what it was saying. But
Okay, so there was a couple times
started getting
in past episodes where we didn't see this.
pretending not to see it.
That the ghost was like right next to him.
Speaking after all.
So what did it
It's like in his ear right now.
It's not too happy that I was ignoring it. I wonder if talking to it is okay.
Do you think it's evil?
Not sure. Possibly. Hello there. Can I help you with something? Uh-huh.
What's it say now?
It's mad at me because I thought it was an evil ghost. Also, it's asking if we've forgotten that it saved us from the mage.
Huh?
Yeah, so it saved them back then.
Right, how can I forget
And it's kind of been like following them along this entire time.
I guess it wants to introduce us to someone. Thoughts?
It's not the god of death, is it?
Well, we don't have many options, so.
All right. We're ready to go whenever you are.
That is kind of creepy though. So like that dimension there like makes me kind of curious. Wait. This place looks familiar. Ew! Oh gosh. Senshi just starts throwing up everywhere.
Are we?
Out of the road, please!
Bad as
I don't know why this place looks familiar to me.
That clothing. Did you guys come from the outside?
No, we came from the dungeon and
I can't believe it! Come with me!
I don't know why I'm thinking I recognize this place.
I've never seen monsters be this docile before.
It's because they're ordered not to hurt us, so we can coexist.
This must be some type of like realm within the dungeon. It's gotta be.
So make sure you hold
I don't think they'd just be back up to the surface
Izutsu
from the middle of the dungeon.
wrong?
But I don't know.
Motion sickness?
She's probably tired.
Is that the golden?
The Golden Castle.
Sure is.
And the ghosts that brought us to this place, are they actual residents too?
Pretty much. Well, the person you're about to meet has more info. Maybe they'll know why you were chosen, because we sure don't.
We were chosen?
This is it. Just
So they're
reach out,
gonna meet
okay?
somebody.
If you're looking for the master, he went to the church.
The master.
It's them.
Those guys?
Guess we came here at a pretty bad time. Until the master comes back here, why don't you try to relax in the village? Seems like everyone really wants to show you their hospitality.
What should we take them around to see first?
The village isn't that special, so...
They're all residents of the Golden Castle?
Yeah, but I don't see any old folk.
Honestly,
Of course, Laos wants to see the monsters.
I want to take a tour of the fields we saw on the way over.
Okay, there was like some giant
Everything here
minotaur,
villagers.
but it was a female and it had udders. And it was standing up and it was like super muscular.
We'd have nothing to do.
It looked so weird. But Laios, of course, he was like so intrigued by it. I think he started like squeezing the udders at the end or something.
At least she doesn't seem sick, I guess.
I wonder if
I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
there's gonna be like each of them
Dresses?
kind of separating.
Exactly. They're dresses we made by hand. We've got so bored of modeling them ourselves. We need the fresh face of an outsider to do it.
Sure, if you want me to.
I'm like
Should we try?
trying to figure this out, and I don't know if this is like some
Have to forgive us. Our dresses
like they're all in a different dimension. Like this isn't real or something.
I'm sure it's fine.
What the heck is that?
Somehow this is different than
Looks like Lady Gaga or something on the red carpet or
This is what happened
something along those lines.
for 1,000 years.
Those crazy dresses that people wear at those like red carpet things. It's ridiculous.
This is great.
I'm pretty picky about my alcohol, but this isn't bad.
Yeah, so each of them are kind of doing their own thing, which is kind of cool.
Serving it to my orc customers, and this recent batch
But I
is
just hope
really
that
top.
it doesn't turn into something bad and they all get separated or something.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, what about wine? Do you make that?
Well, I do, but it's much newer than making ale. Been doing that 400 years now, so making the switch has been tricky.
That long, huh? Sounds pretty established.
It's kind of like each of them doing their own thing. It kind of showcases their characteristics and stuff. Like they're each
Come again?
going to places that they're interested in.
what? They let me milk a minotaur!
Hey, good for you. Keep that to yourself next time.
This place is incredible. They completely succeeded in cultivating
Yeah, like they're each
an art.
kind of interested in their own thing.
My ad garden I've ever seen.
The minotaur had 4 nipples!
Oh my gosh.
Not feeling so good.
That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You really missed out. By the way, where did the other 2 go?
What's with the weird non sequitur?
We're over here.
Oh wow. I mean, they look normal now, but earlier with that one dress Marcel was wearing just looked ridiculous.
I was asked to wear this, I swear. Actually, this was the tamest one I tried on.
Marcel, you,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Laios?
you have any clue why she stuck to you like that?
Wait, does Marcel like lie?
No idea. That's so weird.
I thought Marcel liked Fallon.
It's like she switched brains with a child or something. Lots of barriers have been cast here in many different
Oh, look at Laios in the corner.
Itsutsumi in some way.
It's because she's half monster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Itsuzumi's like very probably because Marcel healed her arm last week.
I really wish I could decipher this.
That's why she's like clinging to her.
Most of these characters, and I don't have
That's my guess.
Why the hell do these things have to be so hard to read and secretive?
Anyway, this really is an amazing place. Under different circumstances, I wouldn't mind staying here forever.
See, I could have sworn that Marcel liked Fallon, so that kind of threw me off when she like blushed, because I guess she thought Laios was gonna compliment her.
My apologies for the long
But he's so dense. I mean, he doesn't think about stuff like that.
for all of you. This way,
Bro, who will
Okay, so they're kind of explaining why they got summoned here now. Apparently,
Does he mean Kent?
someone
Well, there are wings on
someone summoned here with a sword, which Laios has one, will be able to defeat the Mad Mage.
The winged lion is our guardian deity.
So
She was imprisoned at the very bottom
it would be very
of the mage.
I'm trying to think of the word
The
here.
lion still guides us by telling us
Fulfilling
prophecies by way of
if
our dreams.
Laios was the one to beat the Mad Mage because of
Why my grandfather
everything going on with Fallon.
the winged sword in their hand, the hero will defeat the Mad Mage, and thus rise as the country's
That's right.
new
Okay, yeah. So
king.
if you beat the Mad Mage, you become the new king.
He just picked up that sword by complete accident!
And so, according to the prophecy,
In fact, the sword is in this room with
the
us,
hero,
and
which
there's something
she's like
pre-ordained.
basically saying it's Laios.
Now, Sir Laios, can
So
you
he would
please
become the new
promise
king.
me something? Promise me you'll defeat the Mad Mage.
Marcel's like,
Free
this is
everyone
not
in the
real.
village.
So was Joe Chuck.
Can you please let me think about it?
You gotta turn him down. Why bother
Yeah,
giving
see-
him hope like that?
Because I can't
Because, like, they want to be the Mad Mage, but it's not to become the new king. It's to save Fallon.
Maybe it was when you got eaten by the dungeon cleaners. I was actually so nervous during all that, I couldn't really taste any of the food they made for us.
You've got some nerve, you know that?
Oh my gosh. What are they...
Have that much flavor to begin with.
Bro,
He said they have no appetites. They don't
what is going on with them
think it's safe to
showing us Senshi like this?
I just realized something.
What? Just why?
In this village,
Like,
to tend fields and use dishwashers.
oh my gosh.
Bothered keeping them around. What was the point in wasting all that energy to continue maintaining them for the last 1,000 years or so? I reckon it's because they actually do need those things. It helps them keep their sanity and gives them a reason to live. Laios, when we were with the Orc Chief on the 3rd floor, I still remember exactly what you told him.
What did I say again?
Well, make sure you take the night to think about it.
Do you mind if I sleep in here too?
Go sleep in the room they gave you.
But I don't want to be alone in there. And Isutsumi's being weird. Come on, scoot over.
Just sleep on the floor.
I mean, dude, if I was Joe Chuck, I'd let her sleep with me. Oh, that's the end of the episode. So, the biggest thing they got, like... Let me stop this here. The biggest thing was that they got teleported to this Golden Castle place. And now the prophecy of, like, the hero coming with the sword to beat the Mad Mage is being brought up to them. And Laios is, like, basically trying to decide if he will do so or not. Now, I mean... all this time they've been wanting to beat the Mad Mage because of what happened to Fallon. They want to save Fallon, return her back to normal if they can. Because of like certain times in the show where it's kind of like hinted at it being dark, I don't know whether or not saving Fallon is a possibility. Like it is a possibility, but I'm saying like if I'm trying to think of whether or not it's going to happen. Because I could definitely see this playing out to where like they're not able to save her and she dies or something. But I hope that's not the case because I like Fallon. I like all the characters. But yeah, I really hope that they're able to save her. And I feel like Laios will probably agree to fight the Mad Mage with the sword and everything. The biggest thing for me, other than that, was like the way that Itsuzumi was acting. She's like very... I guess childish is the right word, to where she's like just clinging to Marcel, because I'm assuming because of what she did last week, healing her arm with the magic. And I don't think they haven't said how old she is, so I don't know if it could also be the thing where like the Beast Man, like not powers, but like the curse is making her kind of like child-minded. And she's like stuck at that point where like she was growing up, maybe, because I forget how long they said, if they did, how long she's been a Beast Man. But yeah, that part was kind of like throwing me off a little bit because most of the time she's been very aloof and kind of like just trying to like say shut up and like screw you guys. But like in this episode, she was very clingy to Marcel. So yeah, other than that, it was a really good episode. Of course, I really enjoyed it. We got a lot of dialogue in this one. So, again, like last week, it was a much slower one, but we need that sometimes. Especially, like, the way that episodes, I think it was like 17 through 19 were, how much we got in those episodes and how much, like, happened in them and, like, how big the moments were. We definitely need those couple episodes with dialogue, especially before like the big fights at the end. If we get them fighting the Mad Mage at the end of this season, I think we're only like halfway through the manga, because I've been trying to do a little bit of research instead of just like because I like I said before, I don't like read mangas or whatever, but I'm just simply an anime person. But like I'm pretty sure from what I've read, we're like halfway through, so there could be like another two cores, for a second season down the line, maybe next year or the year after that. I don't know, but yeah, like in terms of like this season ending, we might get a big moment to where either they fight the Mad Mage and win, or they're about to get there and then the season ends. So like it leaves us on a cliffhanger, and we want to come back for season 2. But yeah, if any of you guys watch this episode, leave your comments below in the comment section. Tell me your thoughts and everything. Preferably no spoilers, but yeah, just any thoughts you guys have. And also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for future anime content. Also, follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. And you guys have a blessed day.